Yep. Yeah, I had fun. It was a good time.
Start like immediately. I'm sorry, I didn't know that they're going to start this Hall of Fame induction. So you really need me to get out of this? When that guy comes over for me to interview him, then I'll give him the headset? Yeah, then I'll just have you do that. Otherwise, like really the whole deal, you don't have to worry about any of this. You just call what you see. You just kind of talk about the game. You don't have to call every pass. Just kind of talk about what's happening.
Posters of the boys basketball team are for sale, $5 each.
Basically kind of what we do if we were sitting here without headsets on, right?
That's how I do it.
Yeah, that's good.
After the induction.
Welcome to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart. Getting ready for the Hall of Fame induction tonight. Winamac has the West Central Trojans in town. And what is it? A couple years ago, Winamac started having local athletes historically become part of the Athletic Hall of Fame here at Winamac. Tonight I have with me, I want to introduce Chad Watts. Chad Watts standing in for Shea Casson. I'm excited to have Chad on the broadcast. I'd like to welcome him.
Thank you, Tim.
Jeff was a
glad to be here.
Athlete at Winamac High School, participating in track, football, and basketball. During his high school career, Jeff led all of Loganland football with 26 touchdowns, 166 total points, and more than 1,400 yards rushing. He set the school single-season rushing record at that time with 1,415 yards and was named co-MVP in all-conference for football. In 1981, he was selected to play in the first ever Loganland All-Star football game. He led the Winamac football team to a record of 9-1 and a 5th place rank in the state. During this season, the team broke or tied 39 individual and/or team records. After high school, Jeff continued his football career. He played at Mount Scenario College for 3 years and was voted 1983 second team all-conference and offensive MVP. Currently, Jeff lives in Hillman, Michigan with his wife, Julia. He was an assistant track coach at Hillman High School for 6 years. He has 2 sons, Jeremiah and Jacob, and a stepdaughter, Mindy. His favorite memories include playing with a great group of guys, playing for Rex Bowser, and running track for Jerry Jones. Give it up for Jeff Berger. Next, we have Jenny Norick Claysbarth. Jenny was a 3-sport athlete at Winamac Community High School. She participated in volleyball for 3 years, basketball for 4 years, and track for 1 year. While playing basketball, she broke the record for career scoring 881 points, rebounds 501, and steals 293. Also, she ranked second in career assists with 153 and was voted MVP in 1985 and 1986. In addition, Jenny was elected for All Midwest Conference and won the defensive trophy 3 times. She led the basketball team to a sectional championship twice and was awarded the Mental Aptitude Award in 1986. After high school, she continued her basketball career and played at St. Joseph's College for 3 years, where she led the team to Division II Elite 8 in 1988 and 1989. Jenny has 2 children, Joe and Andy. She currently lives in Monticello and is an accountant at Carroll White REMC. Her fondest memories including winning the sectional championships and being awarded the game ball after breaking the career scoring record. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jenny Norick Claysbarth. Next, we have Lewis Guy Rugg. Guy was a 3-sport athlete at Winamac Community High School. He earned 12 varsity letters participating in track, wrestling, and football. In football, Guy was a 2-time MVP, 2-time Loganland Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time All-Conference, and All-State Player. He has also helped the team the conference championship twice in his 4-year career. In wrestling, Guy had an overall career record of 73 and 23 and was a team captain. He was a sectional champion, regional champion, and state qualifier, and a 3-time conference champion. He also owns the fastest pin in school history, 5 seconds, and led the team to 4 conference championships in his career. In his track career, Guy was a 6'2" high jumper, 140-foot discus thrower, and ran an 11.2 second 100-yard dash. Coach Jeff Beach said that Guy was one of the best overall athletes I have coached in any sport in 35 years of coaching. Currently, Guy lives in Winamac with his wife Bobby. They have 3 children, Louis III, Sakura, and Gavin. He owns Rugged Escapes, which is ranked one of the top 3 escape rooms in Indiana. His fondest memories of playing Winamac and having some of the best coaches anyone could ask for: Papa Jack Hendricks, Tim Roth, Mark Hendricks, Steve Vanderay, Maury Caston, Kevin Zupin, and Jeff Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Guy Rudd. The Winamac Athletic Department would like to congratulate the inductees for the class of 2019 Winamac Athletic Hall of Fame. Please give them one more big round of applause. Congratulations.
Welcome to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhart. Chad Compton working the camera tonight. I have a guest with me tonight. Shay Caston was sick and unavailable, and Chad Watts has helped me with the broadcast tonight. Chad, it's good to see you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for asking. It's a great opportunity for me to be part of another basketball game. So it's good stuff.
Absolutely.
It's a nice warm place to be, too.
Yeah, it's definitely warmer than outside. What was it coming in, do you know?
It's about 10 degrees or so and fixing to get colder. So it's a good place to be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good cross-county rivalry to talk about, so a lot of fun.
Yeah, so West Central on the west side of the county and Eastern Pulaski. A lot of times we think about Winamac as being Winamac School Corporation, but it's really Eastern Pulaski. So there's an east-west rivalry that's been around for a while.
That's right, for sure. And it seems like sometimes when these two get together, you can throw out the records and throw out the scorebook and a lot of emotion and go on, and it's always a pretty good game. So I'm looking for that tonight. Absolutely.
Chad, now you've been involved with the local sports community quite a bit. So the football games, how long have you announced those football games for Winamac?
I think I've been the announcer at the football games for probably 5 years. So it's been a great ride so far, and sitting up there in the booth, and that's another kind of deal where you get nice, warm, dry weather every time. So,
right.
So it's a good place to be on Friday nights.
Absolutely. There's something to be having a good seat in the house. I got to tell you, since I started doing this RTC broadcast, one of the things that's really been nice about it is it gives me an excuse to be a little bit more involved in the game, right? So I'm more apt to pay closer attention to what's happening.
Motivation to see what's going on. That's right.
A little bit of motivation, absolutely. So Winamac coming into tonight really have had a pretty good season so far. West Central currently sitting on 5-8. But like you said, the schedule may not matter that much tonight because, you know, you have that rivalry, you have a little bit of emotion in the game. They're coming into Winamac. Winamac's 10-3 on the season. And really their losses, all of their losses, there's the 3 of them have all been really close games. Mm-hmm. So none of those losses were blowouts. So I think Coach Hugler's got to be really happy with what he's seeing from his Winamac team so far this year. And it seems like they keep trending in the right direction.
You know, a lot of good athletes on this team. What we can make up for a bad shooting night with some good athleticism and good hard work. You know, we got a lot of good kids on the team that are willing to put up the work and you know, do a nice job of recovering when one part of the game isn't as good as it ought to be. So
Absolutely, absolutely. You couldn't have said that any better. I'm going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we have an interview we're going to have join us for pregame tonight.
This broadcast
Knievel Insurance is a proud supporter of Winamac Athletics.
Evans Agency in
auto,
Rochester,
farm, and
offering
commercial
farm
business
liability,
insurance
farm personal
tailored to fit
property,
your needs.
and farm outbuilding
Contact
policies,
Knievel Insurance
all
today for
customized to
your
fit
free
your
quote.
insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart. Joining me here before the game is Jose. Jose, you made quite a trip to Winamac.
Yeah, 7,000 kilometers.
7,000 kilometers. How many miles is that, do you know?
Well, that's about 4,000 miles.
4,000 miles. Now, where did you come in from?
Actually, I'm living right now in Spain, close to Barcelona, 40 minutes away from Barcelona. And, when I heard that Jeff was going to be inducted at the Hall of Fame, I said, hey, I have to go.
That's a great excuse to come back to town.
Yeah, that's right. It's been 38 years. And I was here in 1981. And I have great memories. I left a lot of friends. And this is the first time I come after 1981.
Now, you were an exchange student then back in 1981.
That is correct.
And you were from Argentina at that time?
Yeah.
And you came to little Winamac, Indiana to spend, what, a year or so?
Yeah. I spent a year. I came from Argentina and with a program of exchange students called AFS. And that was for 1 year.
Okay.
And I joined the Winamac High School football team, and I was a kicker for the football team and also for track and field. Mm-hmm. And then I met all this bunch of great guys that we're meeting today here at the Winamac High School.
That's really cool. What a fantastic story to come back. Have you been back to the States since then, or?
No. This is the first time. Actually, this is the first time I come to the States after those 38 years.
Oh my, that's really a cool story. Fantastic. What do you have planned while you're in town?
Well, I arrived yesterday, and what I wanted to go first of all, and that's what I did before I went to Craig Bar's house, was to go to Pizza King.
Okay.
Awesome. So I got some pizzas, and then we went to Craig's house. And for now, we're going to have a little, let's say, celebration after the game. And also, we're going tomorrow. We're going to get together and see some of the recording of the games of when I was here in 1981.
That's really fun. You're kind of a local celebrity. Come back and get to see all these guys. Now, do you do a pretty good job of staying in touch, or has that been hard over the years?
Well, with all this media that we have, like Facebook, that get closer to people. I started getting in touch about 5 years ago, and ever since then we kept more in touch with the guys over here. And last year I called one of the guys and we made a conference call, and it was great to see the people again. And now here I'm going through a whole bunch of emotions, going through places that I've been here 35, 38 years ago. It's amazing.
Huh. Now, does Pizza King taste the same as it tasted?
It tastes exactly
Isn't
the same.
Isn't that crazy? It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that hit the spot for you. Well, fantastic. Are there certain memories or things that are coming back to you that are pretty fun, or one particular memory that you want to share?
I just a little while ago we were just making a walk tour with Craig through the facilities in here in the high school, and every time I go through those halls and it brings me a whole bunch of memories, and I can close my eyes and see myself and all the people that was coming back in that time, and a lot of names pop up, people that I haven't seen for so many years, and probably I will see them after the game.
Fantastic. Well, it's sure neat having you in town. I wonder, there might be some listeners that have a kid or a kid that's listening that wonders about having their child be an exchange student or having an exchange student. What did that experience mean to you in your life as far as that goes?
That experience changed my life completely. Being out of my country and meeting people from all over the world, because it was not only from Winamac. Every once in a while we had a meeting with all the exchange students close, not more than 100 miles away from where I was living in. And to me, it was a great experience knowing people, getting friendship from everybody, get to know that all the people, no matter where they're from, they're like you, they have feelings. And I'm, you know, I made a lot of friends, and I still keep. It's amazing when I see them now, and we get a big hug, we cry. That's something different. As I said, it changed my life, and now seeing them again, you know, it's like time hasn't gone by.
That's so cool. What an awesome story. We're so glad to have you back in the community, even if it's just for a short time. Do you have anybody you want to throw a shout out to? Anybody back at home? Or?
Well, yeah, to my whole family. They are living this experience through me.
Okay.
And they're texting me and saying, hey, send pictures, say hi from our part to your friends, because now they've become our friends since they receive you over there and have fun.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really cool. Jose, you got anything else before we wrap up tonight?
That is all. Just to tell everybody in the Winamac community that, you know, they hosted me as if I was one of them, and I came back, and it's still the same feeling. Thank you for what they've done to me. They given me, and also to my family back in Spain, my daughters, my son, and my wife, that they support me all the time.
Fantastic. Jose, fantastic having you. Thanks a lot for coming on the program. I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the old Burger Dairy store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4 with Tim Gearhart and my partner Chad Watts. Chad Compton doing the camera for us tonight. Does a nice job. That was pretty cool. So Jose, I didn't catch his last name. He was an exchange student back in 1981. Hasn't been back to Winamac since then. And flew into town, is hanging out with some of his old buddies. What a cool thing that is. That's just pretty neat. So spending some time, you can see him on camera there talking to Will Fox and Craig Barr. I think Craig, he might be staying at Craig's house.
He and Craig Barr were teammates together back in the day. So he's staying with the Barrs this week. So.
Yep, very good, very cool.
Quite an effort to make it back in town for something like this. That's pretty neat.
I'll say. So he was close. He must have played football with Jeff Berger, who is one of the gentlemen inducted into Winamac's Athletic Hall of Fame for 2019. So this Winamac Hall of Fame experience, that's really been kind of a cool thing. And it's really brought people in, just like Jose, but I think there's quite a number of other people that may not have historically come to a lot of basketball games that are coming into town just because of that. And I think that's a pretty cool deal.
I know some of the classmates got on the horn this week and rallied the troops from those classes to come back. So it's a neat opportunity to get some people back into the gym here at Winamac and see some of the changes that have been made to the school since they left. So it's got a good crowd tonight.
Absolutely. Yep, I think that's a clever thing to get people engaged and more into the community. The band, you know, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to the band over the last few years, but it seems like this year more than others, the band really is doing a nice job. So is that Shutro, Mr. Shutro, that does the band?
That's Miss Sutton, actually. Sutton, Shutro does the choir, but Miss Sutton does the band, does a nice job with them, got them playing well. They got quite a good numbers this year, I think. They're back up from where they have been, so it's nice to have that kind of add to the excitement of the game.
Yeah, it's just one more thing that draws people in. And you know, in these small rural communities, we talk about, you know, what activities are out in the community that you can do. A lot of people come out and support their local sporting events at the high schools because there's not a whole lot to do in these rural communities unless you're creative. But I think that's a nice way for a nice place for the community to kind of get together, and really schools in these small communities mean so much.
Kind of the hub of the social scene for sure, and we got a lot going on here at Winamac tonight. We got the girls game going on in the middle school gym. They're playing Calumet, and we got the boys game here, the cross-county rivalry against West Central. So it's a lot going on here tonight at Winamac.
There sure is. There sure is, Chad. Speaking of that, we're going to jump over to another quick break.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Chad Watts. Chad, I am looking forward to a pretty good game tonight. One of the things I can tell you watching this Winamac team all year is they can get very emotional. In fact, I haven't seen them more emotional than their previous game, their last game they played at home against the Delphi Oracles when Calvin Larkin had his first dunk in the game. And I'll tell you what, I haven't seen our fans get nearly as involved with a game until that moment when he had his first dunk. All of a sudden things got really emotional, and it kind of took things to a different level. It was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool because I think it took everybody a second to realize that, hey, wait, Calvin just dunked the ball, and the gym just erupted just a couple seconds afterwards. So that was a big spark plug for the Warriors that night.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I got to say here, Tim, I hear that Coach Hugler's in-laws are listening to us from Sebring, Florida, so we want to give them a shout-out tonight and hope we can do a good job of relating the action to you so you can follow along.
Absolutely. No, that's cool. That's a neat thing about RTC, this broadcast, that so many people can tune in. Looked like we had a dancer over in the corner. Chad, is that your daughter?
It is not.
It's our other Chad. Chad, Compton's daughter, also had a picture of his wife. Real nice family. Chad's done a great job for us this year. And his son's really coming along as a basketball player too. He's gotten a lot more time for JV, and I think he's been dressing for Varsity. So excited about the future of Winamac. I'm excited about the way things are now, but it looks like the future is really bright for Winamac on a lot of levels.
You know, we've got a lot of good athletes, particularly in the junior, the sophomore, junior, and freshman classes. So this year, you know, we'll graduate a couple seniors here that we'll certainly miss, Larkin and Austin Brandt and Wilson Smith. But, you know, we got a few guys back in the wings to pick up a little bit of the slack. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Coach Hugler's done a really nice job with this team. I have a lot of respect for him, and it really seems like he's got these boys bought into what he's trying to do.
You know, he's done a nice job of rallying them around and getting them to play his style of basketball. You know, Coach is an intense guy, and he's really into the X's and O's. So there's no doubt in my mind that when he's watched hours of film and has got lots of preparation done, I mean, I think if this team if Winamac doesn't win a game, it's not because Coach Ugler hadn't put the time and effort into preparing for it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I'm really pretty humbled, actually, by the amount of time that it takes to be a good high school coach. I mean, if he doesn't have practice or after practice, if they don't have a game that night, I mean, he's traveling, he's scouting other teams. There's just an incredible commitment based on the coaches. You know, last night we, at the girls' game, we honored a couple of senior girls at senior night. That was Jillian Brum and Ashley Keller. We interviewed them after the game. It was really a nice thing, but one of the things we were reflecting with them is how long they've had to be committed to a sport that takes a big chunk of the year. I mean, basketball is a big commitment for, for an athlete, but then you think about what does the coach do in terms of what they put in. You don't really, I guess as a fan or a spectator, don't really think about that a lot.
That's right. I like the fact that Coach Croft talked about those girls last night and said their legacy here at Winamac was not so much for the X's and O's and for the points and rebounds, but so much for the way they treated other kids and brought the younger kids along with them. I think that's a nice legacy that those two in particular will leave the girls basketball team. And I think we got some boys here on this team here at Winamac that'll leave a similar legacy. Some pretty good kids.
Absolutely. It ends up being about culture, right, and the impact you have on other people's lives. I don't remember a lot of adults I encountered when I was a kid, but man, I remember the coaches that left an impression on me.
A lot of responsibility on a coach to not only bring up good athletes, but also bring up good citizens as well, make them productive members of society, and so there's a lot of pressure on coaches, and if they perform, certainly can be a big benefit to a community.
Absolutely, and that's really the importance of student athletics, right, is that they learn these life lessons and have to battle through ups and downs and those sorts of things, and that's where you build character, right?
Work ethic, and there's a lot of good things you can get out of athletics at any school, and it's just, give a lot of credit to the coaches everywhere who make that commitment, who love the game that they coach, and who are willing to pass that love on to the kids, and I think you see that on the floor every night when a lot of these teams take the floor.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we're going to jump over to another quick break as we're getting closer to game time here, Chad.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart, my partner Chad Watts. We got a minute and 20 left before things get underway here. Looks like our local veterans are coming out for prepping for the national anthem.
That's a cool thing I see, Tim, and I think it's neat that the veterans for football games, basketball games here at Winamac bring that flag out proudly and are here for these games and for these kids to see that. I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. It's one more thing about building community, right?
That's right. And Dr. Klitzman, who was a longtime superintendent here at Winamac's, out there holding the stars and stripes, kind of a neat thing.
Absolutely, it sure is. Yep. How long was he superintendent at school? Like 25, 30 years or something?
25 or so, yeah. He was became superintendent when I was here, and that was before the Dead Sea was even sick. So,
yeah. I like it, Chad. I should get a list of their names, actually. So, my uncle Bill Widdup's out there.
Okay.
Dr. Klitzman, of course, and I should know those other gentlemen. I'll have to put that on my list.
They're very faithful, coming from the VFW Post and the American Legion. They're for all the football games. Bring the colors out. Do it for the basketball games as well. So it's good. And I think girls basketball. I mean, they're here quite often, so it's a pretty neat thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Please rise and remove your hats.
We'll pause as we honor the flag tonight.
And all of our servicemen, women, and veterans around the world. Our local honor guard from the VFW Post 1728 and American Legion Post 71 will present our flag while the national anthem is performed by the Winamac Band. Thank you, man. Great job. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by Ace Hardware. First for the visiting West Central Trojans. Starting at guard, 5'11" junior, number 10, Cody Marlock. At another guard, 6' senior, number 14, Cameron Pratt. At another guard, 5'8" senior, number 24, John Bernal. At another guard, a 6' senior, number 30, Jansen Floto. And a forward, a 5'11" senior, number 44, Andrew Caston. Trojans are coached by Jordan Stevens. And now for your Winamac Warriors. Starting at guard, 6'1" sophomore, number 3, Tyson Johnson. At another guard, 6' junior, number 0, Willow Larkin. At forward, a 6'1" senior, number 2, Sam Griffith. At center for your Warriors, 6'1" senior, number 23, Austin Brandt. And a forward, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Calvin Larkin. Warriors are coached by Alan Hugler. Tonight's varsity officials are Andrew Bowes, Bill Westfall, and J.K. Weeder.
Looks like we got the referees all stretched out. We got the teams all in the huddle there in the middle. We're getting ready for some basketball tonight.
Yep, I think that pregame kind of gets people involved.
It does, yeah. You know, it's interesting. The lights used to go out in this gym, and they had the kind of lights that didn't turn back on for 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm glad that we got some updated lighting in this place. We can turn the lights off and get them back on before it snows again.
That's awesome. I forgot all about that. That hadn't even occurred to me, Chad. That makes me happy that you noticed that.
That's right. It's news you can use.
News you can use. I like it. Sam Griffith taking the tip for Winamac, and it looks like Jansen Floto for West Central.
Yeah, you look across the board, it looks like the Warriors were a little bit physical, you know, a little more, got a little more height than the Trojans do across the board. Well, it looks like Will Larkin there on a quick drive to the bucket right off the tip and the hoop and the harm right off the bat.
Gotta like it.
Number 10, Cody Marlock. Basket's good.
Put the Warriors on the free throw line 4 seconds into the game. Didn't get the free throw, but we got the rebound out to his brother Calvin. Ooh, off for 3, not quite. Rebound off to the Trojans.
Gotta like seeing an offensive board off a free throw.
Yeah, yeah, it shows that tenacity. That it's kind of that something you can't quantify.
Yep.
Warriors are back down with the ball. Tyson Johnson out top. Looks like Sam Griffith's going to take a shot from 3, and it's going to stay on top of the bankboard. Now, bounced off the rim and got stuck on top. We need somebody a little taller than what we got here to get that one down.
Yeah, that's in an interesting spot up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to get that one.
You know, we had a girls' game earlier in the season where 2 different balls got stuck right behind the basket rim, right behind the rim.
That's
2-in-1 game, Chad.
Defying the laws of gravity right there, isn't it?
Pretty crazy.
Oh, it didn't go in. Well, at least we got the ball back. Trojans will have the ball out. Everybody else at the far end of the floor getting ready for defense. Dribble drive down the middle. A good double clutch. Didn't go. Rebound off to Calvin Larkin. Boy, Calvin is a smooth basketball player, and he's got some smooth moves.
Yeah, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Hit his 1,000th point, what, a couple weeks ago?
Last week, I think, yeah. And we're going to retool here. We got Tyson Johnson back out the top. It's looking low. Pass over to Will Larkin down inside to Austin Brandt, who spins and dribbles and knocked the ball out. Warriors are going to keep it. Tyson Johnson will inbound. Sam Griffith with the ball after the inbound. Outside, dribbles to the lane. Spins and shoots. He's good.
Nice move, Sam Griffith.
Sam Griffith. Nice move in the middle.
Yep, nice to see Sam get on the board early.
That's hopefully a sign of good things to come for tonight, right, for the Warriors.
Sam Griffith, a 6'1" senior, he's offered a lot of leadership to this team.
Cody Marlatt deals off to the wing. Back to Marlatt, out top. Jansen Flotow had it. Now it's back out to Marlatt, out the top of the key. Warriors holding tight on defense, not letting much by him. Got him tied up there. Pass down inside. Oop. Marlatt now back with the ball. Dribbles to the free throw line, spins and shoots and scores.
That's a pretty nice little move to the basket.
It was, yeah. That was. He spun right down there, took a spin to the left, and laid it right in. Calvin Larkin drives the middle. Couldn't get the ball to fall, but Austin rebound, brings the ball out to Will Larkin. Back to Calvin in the corner. Calvin drives to the baseline, back into Austin Brandt, who shoots it out to Will Larkin, who gets a three-pointer.
3 points, Will Larkin.
Puts the Warriors up 7-2. Down into the Trojans have a shot from the corner. Number 14, Cameron Pratt.
3 points, Cameron Pratt.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Is that timeout by West Central?
West Central called timeout, yeah.
We're going to jump over to a quick break.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back to RTC TV4, where Winamac leads the West Central Trojans 7-5, just a couple of minutes into the first quarter.
So far, things look evenly matched. We're kind of feeling one another out to see where our weaknesses are.
Like you predicted before the game started, there's a lot of energy, and these boys are showing up to play tonight.
You know, I have to think that the Hall of Fame kind of brings some more energy to the place as well. We got the ball now. Warriors have the ball inside, back out to Calvin Larkin, who shoots a three and scores. Puts the Warriors up 5. Marlatt dribbles down left side, dribbles in, shoots, misses. Rebound off to Austin Brandt. Warriors advance the ball down the court. Calvin Larkin at the top of the key to his brother Will. Will drives the baseline. Nothing there. They got cut off. Back inside to Tyson Johnson, who makes a nice move to the basket. Couldn't get it to fall. Marlatt with the rebound. Check that. Jansen Flotow with the rebound and shot from 3. Didn't fall. Austin Brandt on the board. Brings it down the floor to Will Larkin, who shoots from 3. And brother Calvin gets the rebound and puts it in for 2.
Larkin, 2 points.
Got Cody Marlatt here driving down tried to pass it off. 14, Cameron Pratt out top. Give up the dribble down to 22. Garrett Lehman, who drives the middle.
I think they're going to get a push on Calvin there, maybe.
We got a foul on the play. Calvin Larkin.
Player foul number 5, Calvin Larkin.
Be his first.
Back into the Trojans, Andrew Caston.
44, Andrew Caston back in the game. Bring a little bit of size back into the lineup. He's 5'11". 5'11" senior.
Winamac playing some pretty tight defense.
Yeah, pass off the hands of Cameron Pratt. Goes out of bounds back to the Warriors. Tyson Johnson with the ball up the right side, across the timeline. Dribble drive out to Will Larkin. Larkin drive left to the baseline, back out to Austin Brandt, who shoots for 3 and rims out.
He doesn't shoot a lot of three-pointers, does he?
No, he doesn't. But he's capable of hitting them when he's open.
Yep,
so
sure.
To have a big guy like that, strong as Austin is, who's able to do that, it's a good asset to the team. We got a fast break here. Look at the assist from Calvin Larkin.
Yep. Nice little no-look pass there to
Absolutely,
Austin.
yeah. To Austin Brandt for the 2. Trojans down in the corner, out to the top of the key. Look to shoot. Nope. We'll reset the offense here. Dribble drive down the middle. Up and in by Cody Marlatt. Nice little drive there for the Trojans.
Yep, that's a couple buckets for Cody.
Calvin Larkin with the 3, no good. Oh, got that one again. Oh, Marlatt's got 6 points now.
Yep, Cody's a pretty good looking player. He's listed at 5'11", junior for West Central. Looks like he's played some basketball.
He does. He's play well together, these guys do. Oh, we got a foul underneath somewhere there.
I think you get Tyson maybe.
20.
Well, that's going to be on West Central.
Number 22,
Garrett Lehman, that's his first foul, so Warriors will have the ball out underneath the basket.
Really pretty clean game so far.
Yeah.
1 foul on Winamac's end and 2 for West Central this deep into the game already.
That bodes well for both sides, depending on how. I know the Warriors run fairly deep. Calvin Larkin makes a drive there. Oh, brother Will up and Will off the glass for 2.
2 points, Will Larkin.
Up. Oh. Calvin Larkin with the rebound of the air shot. Will Larkin. Will's got a hot hand tonight.
Yep. Better keep feeding him. I think he's hungry tonight.
We got.
Not sure what the call was there, Chad.
I'm not sure there's a
13, Austin Creasy.
little explanation there. I'm not sure there was a foul. Just stop the play to let somebody in, maybe. Trojans will have it under the basket. Warriors look like they're going to press a little bit here. Oh, thought we missed errant pass there.
Better get it across. There they go.
There they go, yeah. Oh, Austin Brandt. Big guy with quick hands, isn't he?
Austin does a lot of little things that don't get noticed. He doesn't necessarily score a ton of points in a game, but he does a lot of those underappreciated things underneath.
Absolutely.
And
a lot of hustle
defense,
plays.
A lot of rebounds.
This is a tough kid. Oh, oops.
Speaking of Austin, Mike just jumped into a kid.
Not sure. Yeah, he did. He's going to get credit for that one.
23, Austin Brandt.
Kind of looped the pass in over his head, and he got caught. Trojans have it underneath. Oh, we got a push off. Looks like that's going to go against the Trojans. 24, John Bernal.
Trojan foul, number 24, John Bernal.
Here come the Warriors. Well, he's got a quick pull-up jumper, doesn't he?
Yes, yep.
Oh, we'll see if he's still got the hot hand off the front of the rim. Oops. Looks like they're going to catch Austin Creasy on that one. Austin Creasy's foul for the Warriors.
Warrior foul, number 13, Austin
That'll be his
Creasy.
first.
I think the officials tonight are trying to make sure this game doesn't get out of control in terms of being too physical.
Well, with games like this where you got a lot of emotion involved with a cross-county rivalry, you know, these guys know one another and they want to win.
Yep.
It's best for the best team to win and nobody get hurt, right?
That's right, yep.
Boy, Tyson Johnson's really come around and played some really good defense for the Warriors this year. Kind of relishes the role of taking on their, one of their star shooters and shutting them down.
Yep, he's really improved a lot this year, and really contributes to the team a bunch.
He's got a little bit of genetic history of being some size, so
yes,
I think
he does.
2 points, Michael, back team.
Winding down the first quarter, about 45 seconds to go. We got Warriors with an 8-point lead. Calvin Larkin down the middle and rolls it in off the finger.
Calvin Larkin.
But that's got to be, what, 6 or 8 for Calvin?
7 right now.
7, okay.
Yep.
That was close. Oh, Tyson drives out to Calvin. Calvin slows it down a little bit.
Coach Eagler talking to his team, trying to get
it's like we're
something set up.
Go for the last shot here. I know they got something drawn up, I bet. Tyson Johnson brings it around out to Calvin. Calvin for 3 as time, right off the front of the rim, and Wilson Smith was there to just, gravity wasn't quite on his side, was it?
We're going to jump over to a quick timeout. Winamac leading the Trojans 21-11.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Braun Ability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at braunability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com.
Kniebel Insurance is a proud supporter of Winamac Athletics, offering home, auto, farm, and commercial business insurance tailored to fit your needs. Contact Kniebel Insurance today for your free quote.
Please. This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. Austin Brandt just put in a bucket.
Nice move, Austin Brandt.
Trojans bring it up the floor. Look for 3. Not there.
This Winamac team's just been a lot of fun to watch this year, you know?
They are an exciting team to watch because they're athletic. They can do some things that a lot of other teams can't. It's like Calvin Larkin's going to take a 3, and Wilson Smith and Austin Brandt will fight over the rebound. Comes out back to Will Larkin for 3. Oh, Austin Brandt, like you talked about, he does a lot of things to keep the ball alive.
Yep, he can be very disruptive under there.
Man. Well, and you're going to find few guys in the conference for sure that are going to be able to push him around.
Yep, that's right.
He's a big enough presence down there.
He's not the tallest guy underneath a lot of times, but he's usually one of the strongest.
He plays taller than he is, yeah.
Yes, he does.
Had a foul on 21, Wilson Smith. That's his first foul. Give the Trojans back the ball. Oh, Trojans look for 3. Ooh, in and out. Tyson Johnson with another board. Down low to Wilson Smith. Wilson into Austin. Here we go. That's Calvin Larkin for 3. Larkin boys have the hot hand tonight.
Yep, that's the second 3-pointer from Calvin. He step onto the court when he was bringing the ball in.
He must have, yeah. We got Austin Brandt going to throw it in here for the Warriors. Into Tyson. Rightfully so, the Trojans have become a little wary of leaving Calvin Larkin open out in the hinterlands.
Yes,
afraid he might hit another shot. It's probably a good decision.
Yeah, West Central's actually had some high percentage shots that look pretty good that are just missing tonight.
They haven't, just haven't been falling right for them, have they? It was a good defense there by the Trojans, but they had a man streaking down the court and he threw it away. Will Larkin on the shot. Oh, looks like Wilson Smith using that height to his advantage underneath there.
Wilson's another kid that doesn't necessarily get the glory he deserves. He does a lot of those little things right. I know I used the metaphor before. It's kind of like the lineman on a football team that, you know, when there's a big run or a big passing play, you don't necessarily think about those guys that are throwing blocks, but those guys that throw blocks, you don't get a chance to
That's right.
pass the ball. Or
they don't get the limelight, but they're the unsung hero, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, we got.
Get Tyson on that.
Yep, Tyson Johnson. That was a nice dribble drive to the baseline. Tyson tried to cut it off, didn't quite get there in time.
At the line, number 30, Jansen Floto.
Jansen's a 6-foot senior. Makes his first shot. That's his first points of the game.
Back in for the Warriors.
He's one of the taller guys on the team.
Yep, at 6 foot.
They don't have a lot of height as much as what the Warriors have, I don't think. We play a little taller across the line than they do, I think.
Yep. Drains both of them.
It's a sign of good discipline there when you can stand up in front of an away crowd and put both your free throws away, I think.
I'll tell you what, Chad, there's a lot of people packed into this gym tonight. There's a good-looking crowd.
There is, yeah. It's a good night to be at. Oh, boy, what a pass that was. Austin Brandt saw that ball coming. And Larkin there makes the steal, got the foul, but almost got the basket to fall.
That was an awesome,
that was a heads-up
almost
play.
An alley-oop pass into him from Austin.
That was kind of, the old football analogy, kind of threw him open, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yep.
The line, Calvin.
You can tell these kids have been playing together a lot. To be able to predict and kind of know that was going to be an opportunity to take.
They've played enough basketball throughout their careers from just being little kids to now that they've got some pretty good instincts built up, I think.
Yeah, basketball seems like it's one of those sports that you really have to play with guys for a while. You can't just join a team and know what's going on. You need to get a feel for what your teammates are going to do. And
I can remember these guys being little and, being a force to be reckoned with. A lot of these guys playing right now are playing back then even. So it's a lot of fun to kind of watch them grow up and
absolutely
blossom into the 6-foot athletes that they now are.
Yep.
Or 6 foot plus even.
It's amazing the amount of dedication and commitment. I know we talked about that a little bit in the pregame, but these kids put hours and hours to be good at high school basketball. It just takes a lot.
It sure does. Even in the summertime, going to different summer leagues and things like that. Well, you know what it's like having a couple girls that play sports and softball and things like that. Yep. Boy, it's just any more sports aren't just when you're in the season. You got a lot more outside of that.
Yep. Which in some ways has hurt these small schools when you need your athletes to be multi-sport athletes. And, especially bigger schools. I mean, you about got to focus on a sport if you want high school time.
That's right. I was a little surprised that, the girls' basketball game last night, Twin Lakes came to Winamac and only had 8 kids on their team. Kind of a, you'd think a bigger school like that compared to what we are would have enough kids to fill out a team.
That is surprising, isn't it? I talked to that Cody Hook, the wrestling coach at Winamac, who lives in the community in Monticello. He said they have a big, that was a good pass into Sam.
That was a real nice pass.
2 points, Sam Griffith.
He said that the
assist, Will Larkin.
Swimming program there, their swim team really draws a lot of athletes.
In some of these schools, you do, by having so many options for the kids to take part in, you kind of divide up your athletes.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to take a quick timeout as West Central calls timeout.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart, my partner Chad Watts, with Chad Compton working the camera. We got a 32-15 game right now for Winamac. You got to wonder what Coach Stevens is saying to his boys on the sideline over there. They need to probably try to figure out how to get their offense going a little bit more, give them a breather, and find the rhythm.
You know, a couple shots could have fell differently for them. It would have been a little bit of a different ball game. I know they've kind of been outmanned underneath, but they've had several shots that have just rolled out that, you know, could have made it a little difference here. Been a little closer.
And Winamac on a nice run. They have 3 wins in a row, and they're really starting to build some momentum. So I wonder if Trojans are kind of coming into town with some bad timing as they face Winamac as they're gaining momentum here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, if you're West Central, you got to look to getting this back to within, you know, 10 points or so by halftime. It'd be a good goal, and you can work back from there to get a little momentum built. Nice move underneath. Just, again, another one of those shots that was there but didn't quite go.
Trojans coming off a tough loss to Pioneer where they lost 77-55.
Kind of foul down there on the left side. Looks like number 40, Michael Bathke. Oh, 30. Jansen Flotal, that'll be his second. So put Calvin Larkin on the line for a couple. Calvin's a pretty athletic, consistent scorer. Nice to see him join the 1,000-point club for the Warriors.
He's got 15 points on the night already. Let's see if he makes it 16.
You know, some of those players like Calvin and some of those other seniors here that they just contribute and you don't realize they're building up points like they do.
Yeah.
It kind of sneaks up on you. Oh, that was a nice steal there. Good defensive awareness. You can't get a hold of that one. Oh, and then he turns around and hits a 3. That's insult to injury there.
Yes, it is. I'd say statistically, kids don't make that shot after they're crawling around trying to pick that up. That was awesome.
Sometimes when you get in a rivalry game, you throw out the statistics, right? You got a block down low.
Be Tyson's second.
It's like a couple shots coming on this one.
Coach Eagler's not real sure about that call.
Number 3, Tyson Johnson. The line, Cameron.
I guess it goes against the coaching code of ethics if you admit that your team was fouling, right? You got to leave a little bit up to question. As long as you continue to have a good rapport with the referees, that's a good thing.
Yep. Looks like Coach Eagler just trying to understand what the call was. And I think it's really appropriate to see a coach, you know, try to understand and get involved in that fashion with the officials. Been talking a lot. I know that the president of IHSAA came out recently and talked about fans and how they need to treat the officials. Oh my, another great pass by Austin.
Nice lead in there, yeah. You know, that's one thing, you know, in a lot of these sports, football and others, softball, some of those, you're a little further away from the action when you're a fan. But boy, basketball, you're right on top of this, and it seems like if you're a Hoosier citizen, you're an expert in basketball, right?
Absolutely, and I got to admit, I listened to the president, who I thought was really appropriate in his remarks. Wow.
Another nice putback there for Will Larkin.
Will having a really good night, too. You know, I got to admit, I really started thinking about it. I've been kind of rough on officials at different points, you know, along the way, particularly in softball.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of convicting.
Yeah, right. It makes you think a little bit,
yes,
doesn't
it does. That's a good-looking shot by Cameron Pratt.
Yeah, it was. Boy, I think, too, though, when you get these the Larkin brothers wound up, Winamac's a hard team to beat.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Oh, got a ball off somebody's foot there. This was college. We'd be resetting the shot clock.
Looks like Avery Blackburn and Garrett Lehman coming in for West Central.
Number 22, Garrett Lehman.
Lehman, not Lehman.
They're doing a nice job of rotating their athletes in, keep some fresh feet on the floor.
I will say this, despite a 21-point deficit, you know, West Central's not giving up. They're still playing tough.
Absolutely.
They're playing like it's a one-point game.
Uh-oh. There's another shot out to Calvin. Boy, Wilson, using those long arms to his advantage, not only on the rebound, but also on the putback. does a nice job. Again, one of those quiet contributors to the team.
Trojan foul number 22, Garrett Lehman. Basket's good. The line for one, Wilson Smith.
Yep, good to see Wilson Smith get on the board with some points. He's working hard tonight.
Again, you know, he's another one of those unsung heroes that does a lot of the little things underneath and works really hard and often doesn't show up in the stat category. So it's, yeah, you're right. It's nice to see him contribute. There's another guy, Austin Creasy, who's a senior. Nice to see him get in and have an opportunity to contribute.
Yeah, I've seen him come in a lot of games and be a spark plug for the Warriors at different times.
He's quick. He's got a lot of speed to him. Oh.
They're going to get Austin on
Looks like he had his hand in the cookie jar there, doesn't it?
Yep.
Warrior foul number 23, Austin Brink.
I think Cameron Pratt is quick, and I think he turned around and caught Austin off guard.
Yep. Looked like Austin's about ready just to pick him up.
He could have been, yeah. He's a big bear hug. A good rebound off to Calvin Larkin. Several seniors on the floor. I think there'd be some stability in that, some comfort in having that many experienced players on the floor for the Warriors. Looks like Austin Creasy's going to try his hand at three, and he got it. That was a nice shot.
Might have been a little contact after that shot.
Yeah, he could have had an additional one, huh? Oh. Whoop. Knocked that out of bounds.
Six different Winamac guys have points so far in this half. That's good to see the distribution there.
At the line, Garrett Lehman.
It's times like that when everybody can make a contribution that really helps, you know, particularly when it's times, lean times for some players.
Back in number 30, Jansen Floto. For the Warriors, number 3, Tyson Johnson.
Got about a minute to go. West Central is gearing up for a run to the half. Nice free throws.
Garrett Lehman drains both those. He's a 5'6" sophomore. Got a good looking shot.
It's a good look for the future there for the Trojans. There's another, you know, Tyson Johnson, another sophomore, contributing significantly on the varsity for the Warriors. A little off the glass. If you'd have got that a little higher, might have had a better chance. Yep. It's difficult to do with a lot of hands in your face, though.
It's like Coach Eagler trying to slow him down so they can get the last shot of the half here.
You know, they practice this every day, so they got to have something drawn up. Looks like Austin Creasy's going to try his hand again, just a little bit off the glass. Knocked out of bounds there, goes to the Trojans. He had a good look, just didn't fall. Got 2.8 seconds. Let's see what the Trojans can do with this. Warriors going to put a little pressure on the ball to make it hard on him. Shot falls harmlessly short. So
going into halftime, we have a 47-22 lead for Winamac over the Trojans.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Your nose. A little
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt, my partner tonight, Chad Watts. Chad, it's been a lot of fun. That was a fun first half to watch.
Yeah, it was a little better if you're a Warriors fan, I think. And hard to see the Trojans didn't quite get their offense cranked up.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Coach Stevens? What do you do at halftime? What do you tell your guys as you're facing a 47-22 deficit? That's what, 25-point difference. What do you tell your kids to keep them engaged in the game in those moments?
I think you got to break it down into smaller parts. This game is a game of momentum, and if you can get a few points back in each stage, to break it down to a couple-minute sections. We got to get a couple points here and a couple points there. And, if you keep chipping away at it, hopefully you got some defensive changes you can make to maybe, get your hand in the face of the Larkin boys a little bit. Maybe get a backside on Austin Brand a little better and get some better rebounds. You got to do the little things right.
Yep. So how important is that mental game with basketball? So just giving your kids that perspective, your team that perspective of how to come out and approach the second half. How important is that to get their minds right?
It'd be pretty easy for a team that's down 25 points to start warming up the bus, and I think you got to keep your kids engaged in the game and ready to make a contribution. If you let it get out of hand, it'll just spiral downhill pretty quick, I'm afraid.
I was talking to Kyle Johnson, big basketball guy, currently helping out with the girls program here at Winamac. I asked him a similar question one time. He's faced a lot of those kind of situations when he went into the locker room. And I thought one thing that's really kind of stuck with me that he shared is I said, what do you tell your boys in that situation? He says, this is exactly where we want to be, because today is the day you will never forget that you would come back against Winamac and overcome a 25-point deficit. And
what an opportunity, right, to come back on a cross-county rival, 25 points and beat them, let's go. If that doesn't inspire you, then you're in the wrong place.
Absolutely, absolutely, yep. I think we're going to jump over to another quick break here as we're halftime still ticking by.
Kniebel Insurance is a proud supporter of Winamac Athletics, offering home, auto, farm, and commercial business insurance tailored to fit your needs. Contact Kniebel Insurance today for your free quote.
There's about 15.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt coming back to you. We're going to jump over to one more quick break, and we're going to have an interview here tonight with some of the Hall of Fame people that came in for the Hall of Fame game, I think.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the old Burger Dairy store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
The varsity wrestling team will participate in the twin leg sectional this Saturday. Wrestling begins at 9 a.m.
question or? Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna smile at the camera and just talk, get our picture on page.
I think you're missing Jeff.
We are. I don't know where they're at. You ready?
Yeah. Welcome back to RTC TV4, where Winamac leads the Trojans 47-22. Have some guests with me tonight, actually quite a few. I maybe don't have the most convenient way for everybody to hang out, but I have Coach Craig Barr with me. We talked before the game tonight about a Hall of Fame night, and there's a lot of people that came in from out of town that came in to see this game and asked you guys to join us at halftime just to say hey and see what you're thinking. So.
Yeah, it's kind of neat the fact that Jeff Berger, one of our classmates, was inducted to the Hall of Fame tonight, and Kenny Nahr is someplace around here. He coordinates a lot of things for our class. He started calling people, and we have people that have come in from Florida, from Houston, and our guest you had in pregame from Madrid, Spain, who flew in a 14-hour trip to come out here to be part of our game, part of the festivities tonight, just in honor of Jeff. And it's pretty cool. People from California, and there's probably about 20 of us that are here.
That's awesome.
And it's just kind of neat. It's kind of like a class reunion.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. What do you guys got planned for the weekend?
We're going to go tonight. We're going to go up to One Eye Jack's after this and have a little reunion up there. And tomorrow, Al Anspaugh is someplace over here. He put together from reel to reel, because we're old, and put it on a DVD, and we're going to go over to the football office and watch a little grainy film tomorrow about 3 o'clock and just kind of see. And Ike Harold Welter is going to come down, and he broadcasts some of our games our senior year. And so, yeah, it's kind of a neat thing.
That's fantastic. Can you tell me who you got with me? I know you guys are kind of crowded in there, but.
Yes, Jeff Berger is the man of the hour, is from Michigan, inducted into the Hall of Fame for our class. Jose Papiz from Spain flew over 14 hours just to see Jeff this weekend. Beth Ruff is over here, is a classmate of ours, and she's a local resident here. Glenn Meisenheimer was a track superstar in high school. He in cross country. He's from Ohio. Al Anspaugh, better known as the Gooch, is here, and Kim Litke Fox is here. She lives resident. Kathleen Hahn is here from Houston, Texas area. Vicky Furr. I may have missed a maiden name or two here as I go along.
I think that'll be all right.
I may have made a mistake, so I apologize. Jerry Anspaugh, class of 82. Ron Link was a running back on the team. He's a local resident. Jerry's a local resident. And I think that may be all the people we've got that's here. Kenny Nahr is out here talking someplace.
I gotcha.
He is here from Virginia, and so yeah, it's been a neat deal. It's been real nice.
Really
it's going to be a fun weekend.
Well, I'm sure glad that you guys are willing to come up here and talk. I know it's kind of cramped and that sort of thing, but I'm glad you're willing to come up here and make a memory, and we capture this on film. You guys can find that on YouTube later. So
well, I sent a link over here to Jose's wife over in Madrid, Spain, so you are international.
That's great. I think we got a really big following in Madrid, actually. That's where our primary viewership. So.
Hey, how about just a word from the man of the evening, from Jeff Berger?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You turn. There you go. Jeff, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
It's been fantastic. So
it's been a heck of a day.
That's cool. So you got a lot of people coming in to see you tonight. That's cool.
A lot of friends I haven't seen in years. Almost my whole family was here tonight. Really special day.
That's cool. This gym's really packed up, and you know, sports to a community this size is really important. And I think that's neat to honor you and what you did for the school, and it's a great example for some of these student athletes to look up to and see what you meant to the school throughout all those years.
Yeah.
So
it's been a long time ago. I can't imagine a better place to grow up.
Yep.
Really, I mean, I have such good memories, and it's just a special day for me.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, we're sure excited to have you in town, excited for what you did while you're here in Winamac, and I hope you guys stay out of trouble tonight.
I hope so, too.
Yeah. Awesome. Fantastic. Right. Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
For joining us tonight. Thanks, dude. Welcome back to RTC TV4. we're getting underway here in the second half. That was really cool, Chad.
That was
all these
cool.
People from out of town all over the country, and then even Jose, who joined us earlier from Spain. What a neat deal. That's really cool.
It's cool to see all this interest in coming back and reconnecting with people and coming back to a basketball game. It's pretty neat.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I really like what Jeff said about growing up in a small town like this and that there's no better place to grow up. I know for a while we were looking at, the possibility of moving to Indianapolis and taking our kids down there and that sort of thing. And having grown up in a small town and experiencing that, gosh, this is a nice place to raise a family. It really is.
It is. And when you're in high school and you think, boy, the first thing I want to do is get out of this place and go to bigger and better. And it's amazing how many of us kind of sneak back in after we say that.
Yep.
Never say never, right?
It's almost like gravitational pull back to your hometown.
That's right.
Rural Indiana.
Something good about that. It's what you know.
Yep.
And that's a good thing.
Yep. Really that's what it boils down to, what you're comfortable with. And great move inside of Austin Grant.
That's a nice pass to the inside there, too. Looks like the Trojans have come out with a renewed sense of purpose here, but I think there's not a nice shot there. Three-pointer. Looks like Austin Creasy's going to try to, oh boy, he got knocked down. Oh.
Man.
That is quick hands or maybe a little too much for the Trojans so far. We'll see.
They're going to get the hold there on Cody Marlott.
Trojan foul number 10, Cody Marlott.
That's his third.
Back in the lineup, Garrett Lehman and Austin Evover.
That was another one of those just playing hard fouls. That wasn't trying to foul him. I think he's just playing hard.
Just going for the ball.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to fault a kid for doing, getting a playing hard foul. Oh, that was a nice no-look pass from Austin there. Holding this dump down to Creasy underneath. Boy, I tell you what, Austin is doing the little things right tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's made a lot of excellent passes underneath.
Several assists.
That's one of those statistics that are important, I think, that kind of go unsung.
Absolutely.
Those assists.
There's the guys you want on the floor are the ones that make the other ones better. And I think you get an assist, that's what you're looking at.
Absolutely.
Kind of shows a little bit of selflessness too, I mean, Austin's one of those kids that I think if he had it in him, he could put up a lot of points. But I think he's recognized his role. Now we got looks like we got a bloody nose here.
Yeah, Coach Croft, the girls coach, on during the last boys game, the Delphi game, and he referred to Austin as a junkyard dog. He just battles out there. I thought that was kind of a cool metaphor.
That's a good, that's a good description.
It's a nice compliment. That's just points to how hard he works. And
not often could you say that about somebody and that be seemed as a compliment. But down here, and you look at the way Austin plays and the way he carries himself on the floor, that is a compliment. Kind of appropriate for his for what he does out there.
Absolutely.
Comes from a long line of good athletes in that family, and there's his younger brother Bo will fall in behind him. I expect we'll see some more out of him. He's just a freshman, so he's got time to develop.
I think he's starting to get a little bit of time on JV right
Absolutely,
now.
Absolutely, yeah. He's coming into his own. A lot of times you start growing and you got to catch up to yourself a little bit.
John Burnell.
So John Burnell, a 5'8" senior. That's going to be just his second.
His second,
foul,
yeah. I don't think we have anybody in real bad foul trouble yet. Got on three fouls, but Austin Creasy lost the handle. Good thing Will Larkin's there to pick it up. Not much real estate down there, was there?
Nope.
You got down underneath and had to bounce it off a Trojan.
That was a good heads-up play by Will to recognize that, though.
Yeah.
Throw it off.
Sometimes you get down there too deep, and if the other team's playing good defense, you gotta
absolutely
kind of you run out of real estate.
Absolutely. We're gonna jump over to another quick break.
This is Old You, and this is Now You.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett, my partner tonight, Chad Watts. Chad, I'm sure glad you could join me tonight. I'm having fun.
Well, it's been my privilege. It's to be alongside you tonight, get a good seat for the game, and just do what I do in the stands. And my wife doesn't have to listen to it
there
tonight.
You go.
That's good.
There you go. I know I asked Shay before we started doing these RTC broadcasts. I talked to him about doing it. He said, well, I can do the girls. I don't know about the boys. I said, well, why is that? He said, Tim, I get really into the game. He said, I don't know if I should commentate. Something going to come out of my mouth. But he's done a real nice job for us this year, too. And
you do have to kind of temper yourself, don't you? You kind of get too excited, and sometimes you end up watching the game and not talking about it.
Yep. Yep, that Shay, hopefully he's recovering at home. I don't think he was too pleased that he came down sick.
Another rebound by Austin Brandt. Oh, boy, he saw an opening and just couldn't quite fit it through. That would have been a
yeah, they're going to get a travel.
That would have been a Brett Favre moment if he could have squeezed that through there.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, there's some velocity on that basketball.
Oh boy,
Chad.
yeah, it's one that if the pass gets through, can the other guy catch it, right?
Yep.
You know, both teams have done a pretty good job of rotating different guys in the game to keep some fresh legs on the court. Seen a lot of Austin Creasy tonight. Quite a bit of Sam Griffith and Tyson Johnson. Several people rotating through. Another no-look pass from Austin Brandt out to a wide-open Austin Creasy. Got the Austin to Austin connection there.
Austin might have got away with a reach there.
Yeah, it sort of looks like it. Did enough to disrupt the boy. Austin Creasy has got a hot hand tonight.
Yes, he does. That's his third three-pointer, and he's got a two-point shot also.
Oh, that was a nice move in there.
Yes, it was.
Oh, but he just...
It didn't roll in.
Gravity just isn't even on the Trojan side tonight, is it?
It just isn't.
Just
and that Cody Marlott, he really is a good-looking player. That was a fantastic move.
That was a great
to the bucket.
They're just at the cusp of being right in this game, but they just can't get the shots to fall.
Yep.
You know, your mama said there'd be days like this, right?
Yeah. That she did.
Well, you know, here we are getting late in the season, too. It's, you know, kind of the grind of the season before you get to the sectional tournament time. And, boy, you want your team to be primed and ready to go when the money's down. You know, these games like tonight matter, but they, ultimately don't matter. You want to be at your best when the money's down.
Yep. Got a big game tomorrow. Winamac faces Marquette Catholic. That's going to be a pretty tough
That's
game.
Always a tough one. They come to town with some pretty good size usually and got some pretty good players. They bring a tough team to town. And that's a team that we'll, you know, likely face somewhere in the sectional if we get far enough and they get far enough. So, you know, it's a roadblock you can't really avoid.
Absolutely. Carson Bennett in the game for Winamac. He is a 5'11" sophomore. He's been starting to get a few minutes. He's another player with a lot of upside for Winamac.
Absolutely. He's a smart kid, too. He understands the game. And oh, boy, that was another good steal by Austin Creasy. And he...
You know, that could have been amazing, actually.
That could have been amazing.
That ball, and he's like, well, I'm either going out of bounds with it or I'll chuck it up there just in case.
Unfortunately, took a couple too many steps on that one.
Yes, he did.
All right, when you're trying to catch up with your face like that, though, how can you blame him, right?
Right, you're right.
It's better than crashing into the floor.
Yep.
Another good-looking shot just off the front of the rim. Nice board.
Bailey.
Jason Roto.
Another good shot. Showing some spark. Here we're back to, we were up to around 30. Now we're down to, well, now it's 38, so.
Trojan foul number 14, Cameron Pratt. In for the Warriors, number 0, Will Larkin.
That's the first foul on Pratt. Carson Bennett get underneath, made a nice shot. Picked up a foul.
Trojans foul number 10, Cody Marlock. The line, number 12, Carson Bennett.
It's good to see a sophomore step up to the line with confidence. Shows a bright future. It's probably a lot of early mornings coming in here shooting free throws, I suspect.
Yes, it
Doesn't
is.
hurt.
Yep. Daniel Caston, a 6'2" junior into the game for Winamac too. Good to see him get some minutes, some varsity minutes. He played a really good JV game tonight before this one started.
You know, Dan's one of those athletic kids who can shoot and can move the ball around. Is a smart kid who knows what he's doing when he gets the basketball. Plus, he's got some height to help, you know, with those rebounds. Nice move by Will Larkin with the tip and couldn't quite get it. Oh, looked like Austin Creasy down. He gathered a crowd down there. Nice look by Sam Griffith to Carson Bennett. Couldn't get a shot to go. Oop. Looks like a ball off somebody's foot there. I'll go back to the Trojans.
So Winamac Lady Warriors tonight, victorious over Calumet, who is in town. The unofficial score of that game was 65-25. I'm sort of surprised. I thought that was going to be a little bit tougher matchup.
Yeah, they had some size and looked like had some athleticism when they came in. Tell you what, both the boys and the girls, they both got enough depth and some players that, I mean, on a night when they're on, they're both hard to beat.
Yes, they are. Yep.
It's that grit and determination that both teams can show.
You know, thinking about sports culture in Winamac, part of this community has really, there's a lot of pressure on basketball programs. Winamac has a long tradition of really solid basketball programs.
Yeah. You know, it's an Indiana thing, right? They say you gotta be good in basketball. But I like the way a lot of our athletes are cross-sport athletes, and so we get a lot of athleticism. You got, you know, Patrick Kiefer, who's now a sophomore, is in the game, is a lineman on the football team, and you know, and Carson Bennett, who's is quite a runner for the cross country and track team. So we got a lot of these athletes that do a lot of things. I guess that's the story at a smaller school, right? You got a pool of good athletes that do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Austin Creasy looks like he's going to light it up from three, but in the third quarter, not quite to fall.
We're going to take a quick break. Winamac 70, Trojans 31.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today. At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back to RTC TV4 for tonight's coverage of the Winamac Warriors versus the West Central Trojans. This is Tim Garrett with my partner, Chad Watts. Chad, been pretty one-sided game so far tonight. Kind of feel bad for West Central a little bit. Probably came in with high hopes, wanted to give a good contest, and just ran into kind of a buzzsaw with this Winamac team so far.
You have to wonder, your routine's thrown off. I mean, both these schools missed school today. Maybe your routine was thrown off when you didn't get to go to school or something. I don't know. They slept in too late, or I don't know.
2 points, Sam Griffith.
Another nice play by Sam Griffith.
Sam with 6 points on the night tonight.
It's a good, solid performance for the senior. Sam's another of those kids that you get him open and he's a shooter. He can, looky there, another alley-oop between brothers there. I think they played a little ball together. It's a nice move to the basket. Garrett Laban shows some pretty good moves for a sophomore. I like the confidence that he brings, bringing it into the trees like that. Being as a 5'6", could be a little bit intimidating running into the middle like that. Made a nice play.
Austin Keefover. In for the Warriors, number 21, Wilson Smith. The line, Sam.
I kind of like that quote that they say that sports doesn't necessarily build character, it reveals character. And you figure a game like this, when you're down by this many points, still playing hard and going after it, and that shows a lot of character from this West Central Trojan team, I think.
Well, and I think that reflects well on their coach, that they're not getting frustrated and making dumb fouls. They're still working hard and doing what they're supposed to do. I like that. That speaks well of the program.
3 points, Will Larkin.
That's Will's third three-pointer tonight.
It's difficult, like we said before, to get a team like Winamac where you got a couple boys who are really hitting threes and doing good things. It's pretty tough to overcome that.
I'll tell you what, one thing I've noticed, when we're hitting shots from the outside, we're almost unstoppable.
There's a few that can play with us, yeah, I'd agree. We've got enough athleticism on the inside to pull in some rebounds and things like that, so it's kind of a dual threat when you're hitting it from the outside.
Calvin gets both of his free throws. He's been to the line a lot tonight.
It seems like compared to you look in the college ranks and high school ranks in the past, that a lot of good players now that can't hit free throws. It's a joy to see these guys come out here and stand up to the toe to the line and knock them down.
Yep. I've always thought it was interesting. It seems like, what would you say a good free throw percentage is at high school right now?
I would say if you're into 60 to 70%, you're doing fairly well, I would think. And you higher than that, and you're in pretty rarefied air.
Good putback by Wilson.
Wilson Smith with the follow.
Again, that's a couple points in the box for Wilson.
Yep.
It's good to see him contribute that way. Oh. Tried to get it out quick and maybe outran ourselves there.
That's a good move to the basket by that Jansen Flotow. Is it Flotow? He's a pretty good looking player.
Basket's good.
Drew another foul on Calvin Larkin.
It's going to be his third. So I was saying, so at the college level, isn't that same sort of range, isn't that pretty decent? for a percentage? So. Like, it doesn't improve that much.
It seemed like it used to be. A lot of the Purdue and IU teams of the past, they had a 70-80% free throw shooting as a team. You know, they had a lot of, I don't know if there's more a focus on that, or if we've just gotten away from focusing on free throws, or I don't know. I guess when you're watching a game that's over 40 points, you can opine about many things, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It was a nice move to the basket. Boy, he's got a quick foot there, doesn't he? You can give him the ball, and he seemed like he'd be dangerous.
Yep, this John Bernal, that is pretty good. He had a lot of hang time on that.
Yeah, he did.
Drive to the bucket.
Again, you know, as a senior, I'm sure he wanted to come out here and put it to the Warriors, but tonight just wasn't the night. Not going to be the night, I don't think, unless something catastrophic happens here in the next 5 minutes.
2 points, Austin. Keep over.
Looks like we're going to have another timeout. We're going to jump over to another break as well.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Braun Ability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at braunability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com.
Kniebel Insurance is a proud supporter of Winamac Athletics, offering home, auto, farm, and commercial business insurance tailored to fit your needs. Contact Kniebel Insurance today for your free quote. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner Chad Watts. We got 5 minutes left to go in the game. Winamac with a pretty sizable lead of 83-42. Winamac cycling in some of their younger kids here.
It's good to see some of these kids get an opportunity.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
They got, what, 3 sophomores, 2 seniors on the floor right now for the Warriors. Carson Bennett tried his hand at 3. Didn't fall, but he gets his own rebound. Whoop.
Nice little pass by Patrick.
Ooh, nice little scoop there with a score.
That was a great shot by Carson.
It was. There's a lot of traffic there.
Warrior foul number 20, Patrick.
Let's make a great bucket and run down on the other end of the floor and get a foul.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's the life of a basketball player, right?
And for the Trojans, number 44, Andrew.
Cameron Pratt at the line for the Trojans. I have 6. That's 9 points for Cameron tonight.
He's had a good showing tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, 6-foot senior.
He's had some pretty tough defense up against him.
There a lane violation?
Oh.
I think they got West Central on a lane violation there. I think Winamac trying to slow it down a little bit, eat some minutes.
Looks like it went off somebody's foot there. Looks like Cameron Pratt might have kicked that one out.
For the Warriors, number 24, Dan Caston.
Got Dan Caston back in just when we call timeout.
Let's jump over to another quick break.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Chad Watts. Chad Compton working the camera for us tonight, doing a nice job. This game's pretty much out of hand. Looks like Coach Hugler's getting the younger guys some play time.
You know, though, overall it's a good night. It shows some commitment that these communities have to high school sports. I mean, you look around, and on a night when it's going to be in the single digits for temperature, you got, you know, a lot of people half full, three-quarter full gym. That's a good commentary on, you know, what we got going on here. We got several people from the west side of the county and a lot of people from local here, from Winamac here. So it's a pretty good night, especially when you got, you know, a couple games going on. You got the girls playing and JV and Varsity, and boy, there's another nice shot.
3 points,
Jensen Floto. He's a nice stroke from the outside there.
He's got 11 points on the night.
He's had a nice showing tonight. Oh, wow, Dan Caston coming through. Hits a three-pointer.
Nice to see him get some varsity points tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, that's good. You know, guys like him, you know, we lose Wilson Smith and Sam Griffith to graduation, and of course, Calvin Larkin. You know, guys like Dan Caston and be a senior next year, got a lot to bring to the table.
Absolutely.
Austin Creasy as well, we'll lose him. You know, I think you'll see, it's good to see kids like Tyson Johnson and Patrick Kiefer and Dan Caston in the stable, so we got some continuity moving into the next year. You know, I just look at the crowds. You look during the timeout, and the West Central cheerleaders are out there doing a cheer, and the Warrior cheerleaders are out there doing a cheer. I think this embodies what high school sports ought to be about, right? Two schools getting together, having a good time. The kids are enjoying themselves. It's a warm, safe environment.
I agree, and I think the atmosphere, Chad, it seems like the, you know, every once in a while you get a crowd. Well, that's a nice little shot, just didn't fall. The crowd's been real respectful tonight. I think just a friendly rivalry.
Braden Lynch off the bench for a three-pointer. Boy, you ever have one of those nights when you just nothing can go wrong, right? I think that the Warriors might be experiencing one of those tonight.
Yep.
Let's hope they save a little bit in the tank for tomorrow night when Marquette Catholic comes to town. Dan Caston looks like he's.
He wanted to dunk it, didn't he?
He wanted to dunk. Wanted to dunk. Not to be. Oh.
Nice to see Braden Lynch drop that three-pointer. That's
absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good kid, Braden is. He works hard.
Quite an athlete, too, as contributes on the football team and the basketball team. You know, they tell you if you're going to make a foul, make sure they don't make the shot, and I think he embodied that on that one.
Yes, he did. Yep.
There's not a lot of chance of that going in.
It's like Andrew Casson makes his first free throw attempt there. That Danny Casson for Winamac, he was still smiling when he was lined up for that. Still smiling.
That's what it ought to be about, you know. Sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the tree.
Yep, yep. I'm sure he'll catch a little heck about that tonight
I'm sure.
from his buddies.
That's part of what it's all about,
yes,
right?
Yep.
Oh, is that a nice move to the basket there?
Nice little pull-up jumper. Oh, they're going to call it travel?
And for the Trojans, number 40, Michael, back team.
They call it travel on that?
Well, I don't know, really. I'm not sure what just happened there.
I don't either. I'm going to mark down the points for him.
Regardless, it was a nice shot that he had. There's another nice move to the basket with a foul. Limping around on his leg. I hope nothing. You hate to see a high school athlete go down particularly when you're down quite a few points.
Matt Kristen in the game tonight. Matt Christ listed as a 6'1" junior. Nice to see him get some action varsity tonight.
I think you might have mistaken Matt Chris. Same number. It's Jared Parrish.
Oh,
tonight.
Yep, you're right.
Nice putback there on the offensive board.
Yeah, I was confused by that.
That's all right.
Jared Parrish, isn't it?
Oh, Pat Kiefer with a nice shot underneath. That was a good shot by Pat.
Winamac's had 9 different guys score tonight, Chad.
When you got a night like that, you know, you just got to keep feeding your kids and letting them do what they do. And you know, I don't care who comes to town, you're going to have a hard time beating a team that's got that many kids on the board. I will have to take an extended timeout here. The ball went down the hallway.
Nice. I think Cameron Pratt might have got confused. All the cheerleaders were standing there, and it looked like the same color of their jersey. Just kind of passed it into the cheerleaders.
That can happen. Again, that kind of embodies the night for the Trojans, doesn't it? I mean,
it does.
Sometimes when things are going right, they really go right. And sometimes when things are going wrong, you can't catch a break. And unfortunately for the Trojans, that was a night for them tonight.
Just under 14 seconds left in the game.
It's a nice pass underneath.
Good shot.
2 points, Michael Bathke.
Michael Bathke. That's going to be the game tonight. Winamac with a final score of 95 to West Central with 54. We're going to jump over to a break before we head into postgame.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back to RTC TV4 for the post game. We're going to try to catch Coach Hugler in just a little bit here. The game pretty lopsided tonight, Chad.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it was a good night for the Warriors, and they could do no wrong, and the Trojans had a night where they just nothing went right for them. So
They still, you know, like I said earlier, it seemed like they still played hard even when the game was pretty much out of reach. West Central still had character and still played hard. It would have been easy to hang your head and kind of give up in a situation like that.
You know what? And we didn't get any of the dumb frustration fouls that you often see at the end of a game when a team's getting beat like that. I mean, they came in, they held their poise, they played hard to the end. I mean, that's a real credit to the coach and the program that they have going over there. I mean, you know, Jordan Stevens is doing a nice job with that team. Sometimes you just got, you know, again, we look at the numbers here. They're undersized compared to us. By all, just looking at the physical matchups, you know, we should have won. Winamac should have won the game. But they came to play. They played hard, and they never gave up. So you got to give them a lot of credit for that.
That's a pretty good-looking basketball players on that team. That Cody Marlott and Jansen Floto both had quite a number of buckets tonight. Really, some really good, strong moves to the basket. They are doing some good things over in West Central with their basketball
and they
program.
looked for one another. They looked for those opportunities to pass to their teammates and made some good plays. Boy, they just, you know, couldn't get the shots to fall tonight.
Winamac, on the other hand, man, their shots were just dropping. Didn't matter what they threw up. It seems like they were dropping. Some of the, you know, Will Larkin had 17 points tonight. That was a big night for him. I'm going to count up Calvin's. There's too many circles on
He's got a lot going on there, yeah.
One of the things I liked about tonight, I really enjoyed watching Austin Brandt and his passing. It seemed like he made some really excellent passes tonight. Just a lot of fun to watch.
You know, it goes back to a lot of these kids not only being good athletes and have a good court awareness, but they understand the game. And I think, you know, learning from somebody, Coach Hugler understands the game. He's definitely a student of the game, and I think he's instilled some of that into the players and given them the ability to kind of look at the game and see it unfold in front of them. You know, Austin obviously is a good quality athlete, comes from a family of good athletes, and he you know, he's got that kind of court sense and awareness as a senior, and the kind of kid you just want on the floor for you when it's when the chips are down.
Absolutely. So I had 31 points for Calvin tonight.
Wow.
That's a big night for Calvin.
You know, and it was a quiet 31 points. He wasn't. He kind of sneaks up on you.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Also nice to see Austin Creasy. He had 3 3-pointers tonight. He ended up with 11 points.
He did a real nice job tonight. Came out and contributed off the bench, which yeah, it's good to see. Good, you know, anytime you can get a senior come out and contribute in across a county rivalry like this, why, you know, that's always fun to watch and good to go.
Yes, it is. So we're going to take a actually, we'll just transition.
It's like we'll have the honor of interviewing Coach Hugler. Let me pass my microphone to him.
That first step's a doozy, Coach.
Yeah, especially when you have a bad ankle like I do, but that's okay. It was a good challenge.
Hey, congratulations on the game tonight. Boys are really looking sharp.
Yeah, we got off to a good start. I thought we defended really well early. You know, late in the game, sometimes we got a little lax. Sometimes you do that when you get a good lead, but we need to get, you know, more focused. But I was really pleased. You know, of course, Calvin, he had, I don't know, 30-some points tonight and really got us going offensively. Wilson Smith, he really comes in off the board, you know, off the bench and tonight and really gets a lot of boards. And I got to say, you know, Tyson Johnson, I had him guard, you know, number 30, Jansen Floto, and did a great job on him.
Jansen Floto, pretty good-looking ball player for West Central.
He can shoot the ball. And then Sam Griffith, we give him a tough defensive assignment quite a bit. So they rose to the occasion tonight, as did the other guys.
Yep.
Austin Creasy off the bench, you know, hitting shots. And, you know, Brandt, he's an unsung hero, Austin Brandt. He, you know, he's physical, he's strong, he does the little things.
Yep. I think I had Coach Croft on here during the last boys game when you guys played Delphi, and he referred to Austin Brandt as a junkyard dog out there sometime.
Yeah, I don't think he would, that wouldn't bother him.
No, it's a compliment.
Yeah, and I know looking back, I got the scorebook here. Willie got us going early. Didn't have his legs in him as much, but he had, you know, I think 7 first quarter points and hit some nice shots, and I think he'll be ready to go tomorrow night.
Absolutely. So tomorrow night you got Marquette coming up. Is that Marquette tomorrow night?
Yeah, Marquette here, 6 p.m. JV tip-off.
So what's that game looking like?
Well, it's going to be a battle. We told our players the big dogs are coming to town tomorrow, so to speak. They have a really, really good point guard, Colin Kenny, and we've got a plan. Whether or not the plan works, it depends how many guys are hitting. But we'll meet tomorrow morning, go over some things. They got a lot of other guys that can score. They got a 6'7" kid who can step out on the perimeter, and they've got some quickness. So we've got to. It's going to take a team. It's going to take teamwork to beat them now. I believe we can do it. We got to come out. We have a great effort, and we got to help defense, all those little things consistently. We wanted to get back. We wanted to win the transition game tonight and get back and not give them easy buckets. We felt like for the most part we did that. But tomorrow night, we definitely have to win the transition game if we're going to be successful. So that's going to be pretty big.
Coach, you got your boys playing really well. That's 4 wins in a row. You got some good momentum going to this a big game tomorrow night. You underdog against Plymouth. I was talking to Chad tonight about the Plymouth game. There's no reason why your boys, they were up for Plymouth and upset a pretty big school like that. Man, you just never know. You can't count Winamac out tomorrow night. I'm excited to see what your boys bring to the table.
Yeah, it's going to be a great challenge, and I think we'll look at some more video tonight and hopefully be ready for them.
Fantastic. Coach Hugler, you're doing a fantastic job with these boys. We're real lucky to have you working with these kids, and it really seems like they're buying into your program.
Well, I appreciate that. They play hard. Our coaching staff is really fortunate to have a lot of fine young men as well as good basketball players, so that makes our job a little bit easier.
Yep, fantastic. Coach Hugler, I'll let you go. I know you need to get out of here. Thanks so much for joining me after the game here tonight, and congratulations. We're looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah, we appreciate you covering us. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Coach Hugler for Winamac Warriors.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.